Miyamoto in red is a college student. He attends Kokushikan University in Tokyo. In white, Ejima is from the Osaka Police Department. The two are competing in the All Japan Kendo Championship for the first time and making it to the quarterfinals. So what an accomplishment for these two.
In particular, Miyamoto still being a student, of course. It's quite rare for students to make an appearance at this level of tournament.
Right. He's a junior at Kokushikan University.
Kokushikan is one of the powerhouses of collegiate kendo in Japan.
Miyamoto is 4th down, and while Ejima is 5th down. Ejima with a strike to the men, but only gets 1 flag. You have to have at least 2 out of the 3 flags raised to count your attack as ippon, so no points scored by Ejima, Alex.
It was a close call. That's why one referee put the flag up. That's why you had 3. Obviously, so one person thought it was good. Others, from their angle, probably thought it was just a little bit off, or a little bit weak, perhaps.
As I mentioned, Miyamoto is 4th down, and while Ejima is 5th down. Is the difference in their down mean much in this type of contest, Alex?
Not really. No, not at all. When it comes to matches, it's over in a split second. So what grade you have is not really relevant.
Okay. 2 minutes have passed, so it doesn't matter.
Not really, no. I mean, you can get 7th dan competitors as well, and they might lose to a 4th dan or a 3rd dan in a match situation. Doesn't mean to say that their kendo is necessarily better when it comes to matches. It's just, as long as you can get that point in.
Miyamoto just goes for the men, but the two again exchange strikes. That's that man we just saw from Miyamoto was a close one, but no points.
I think it was a little bit deep.
Okay.
Yeah, from this position anyway, it looked that way.
Everything must be perfect.
It's got to be pinpoint. Yeah, you've got to strike the target to the correct part of the shinai, like the sweet spot if you play golf or baseball.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if it's too near the hands, then it's too deep, or if it's too near the tip, then it's too shallow.
Miyamoto strikes the man, and he gets ippon. 3 minutes, 23 seconds into the match. Miyamoto strikes first. Miyamoto has been tenaciously attacking the man, and finally he gets one that counts as ippon, Alex.
Yep, it was a little bit close, but he had so much vigor when he was going forward, and he followed it up, and the referees thought, yep, that's good enough, it meets the criteria.
Miyamoto again goes for the man and stays aggressive. Kote-main combination attack doesn't work, but you gotta like his offensive mindset. Now Ejima has to respond. Ejima goes for the kote, but Miyamoto counters with the man. We have a split decision by the 3 judges, but as you see, there are 2 red flags to 1 white flag, so this means that Miyamoto's attack is the winner. After 3 minutes and 41 seconds, Miyamoto comes out on top, and he moves on to the semi-final match. Alex, Ejima almost got the kote, but Miyamoto showed a brilliant counterattack to claim the match.
Well, it was a tough call, actually. Obviously, it was a split decision. I think it went Miyamoto's way because, as you can see here, he's going straight forward with a lot of energy, straight forward for the man, whereas Ejima's sort of ducking down out of the way. So from the referee's perspective, it looks like Miyamoto's strike is a lot stronger.
Got it.
And convincing.
So the college student Miyamoto advances to the semi-finals for the 3rd straight year. Very impressive. Now the last of the quarterfinal match, it's Hiroshi Oishi in red versus Yosuke Katsumi in white. Oishi from Tokushima in southwest, and Katsumi is from Kanagawa, just south of Tokyo. This is a face-off between the 2 veterans. The 2 are both 30 years old, and both are 5th dan respectively. Katsumi in white finished 2nd in last year's contest. Since they are veterans with the same age, they must have been going at it with each other for quite some time now. Alex, what are you looking for in this matchup between the 2 veterans?
Well, actually, Oishi is an old friend of mine.
Okay.
I used to teach him at university, and to see him doing so well, I'm very happy. He's a very tall lad, as you can see, and Katsumi, on the other hand, he's nowhere near as tall, but his movement is very, very sharp. So to be tall person's kendo versus short person's kendo.
Oishi is taller than Katsumi, as you mentioned. Is there a height advantage in kendo?
Not necessarily. Obviously, there are certain advantages, but there's also certain disadvantages. The point of kendo is who controls the distance. So even if you're short, you can still really make it complicated for a tall person.
Does a taller competitor tend to go for a strike to the net more than the small competitor?
Not necessarily, but generally speaking, a tall person can reach maybe a lot easier, whereas a short person, and to counter that, might go for do or kote a little bit more often. But for anybody doing kendo, man is the ultimate technique.
Katsumi hoping to use his speed and agility, I suppose?
Agility, footwork. If you look at his footwork, it's very, very smooth, very fast, and he can move in any direction instantaneously. So it's the full package.
Katsumi goes for the kote, but no point. The two seem very tentative right here, and it must be tough to find an opening against someone whom you face.
Up straight away after that. So yeah, that's a real pro.
With the victory, Yosuke Katsumi will face a college student, Keita Miyamoto, in the semi-final match. And that's going to do it for our quarterfinal contest. And we now move on to the semi-final matches. Here's how things stack up after the quarterfinals. Mitsuhiro Jishiro versus Rentaro Kunitomo in the first semi-final match. And then it'll be Keita Miyamoto versus Yosuke Katsumi. Whoever wins, it'll be his first All Japan title. What do you think of the lineup, Alex?
That's pretty interesting. Jishiro and Kunitomo, they've known each other since their student days. And Miyamoto, being a current student against a policeman, well, the pressure's going to be on Katsumi to win, not to lose to a student.
Okay, exciting matchups coming your way. Now the semi-final match number 1. It pits Mitsuhiro Jishiro in red against Rentaro Kunitomo in white. Kunitomo again is a runner-up finisher in the 2014 All Japan Championships. Again, the duration of each match is 10 minutes. The first one to score 2 ippon will be the winner. If they are tied after the 10-minute regulation period, the match will go into overtime. There is no time limit in the extra session. Mitsuhiro Jishiro in red is the taller one here. He stands 180 centimeters and weighs 80 kilograms. Rentaro Kunitomo in white is 175 centimeters and 75 kilos. Jishiro in red likes to attack his foe with a strike to the net, while Kunitomo in white shows good counter moves. Again, the winner will move on to compete in the championship match. The two are keeping a distance against one another. They seem to be very careful in making the initial move. This is what you call Toma fight, right?
Well, it's not really Toma. Toma means a very distant interval. So they're sort of crossing the tips. So from this position, they can make an attack, or they can step back and avoid an attack. So it's a very precarious distance, but that's where most of the engagement in kendo is from. Now they're together in the Tsubazerio position again, and they'll just be very careful as they separate.
Less than 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Both are being very careful.
You can feel the tension on the sword tips there.
Yeah. Kunitomo attacks the men, but no point is given.
Just a little bit short.
Okay. Less than 10 seconds. And that's the end of regulation. The first one of the semi-finals will go into overtime. In overtime, the first one to score ippon will claim that match. Now the start of overtime. Mitsuhiro Jishiro in red on the left end, Rentaro Kunitomo in white. Again, the first one to score ippon will advance to the final. That good enough?
Not good enough. Not good enough. Even Jishiro knows that himself, so he's ready again to make a follow-up. But you can see Kunitomo here, his stance is very steadfast. He's just a very, very solid kendoka, waiting for that opportunity.
This one has become a war of attrition, Alex. So what do you think will be the deciding factor in this first semi-final match?
Whoever loses their focus first, whoever drops their concentration, that'll be it.
Okay.
Of course, they know each other so well, being at university together.
Right. A little bit of so does your eye and they'll separate.
Yep, you'll notice they're trying to separate all the time rather than do the reverse techniques or the hikiwaza. This is where they're strongest, from front on.
Shishiro goes for the men, but it looks good, but he doesn't get the nod. No points yet.
Not decisive enough. I think Kunitomo might have just deflected a little bit.
We are auctioning some very valuable items owned by the famous international celebrity, Mr. Steve Harvey. These are beautiful silk ties worn by Mr. Steve Harvey at several award shows.
Nó thì cái này con
How much? 20. $300 ties. You talking about 20? I call 4 ties.
Next one, a beautiful suit. Mr. Harvey was wearing the suit when he bumped into Beyonce on the red carpet.